This video presentation is intended to be a guideline for proper installation techniques using Tarket products. For complete details, refer to the Tarket NewGen Glue Down installation printed instructions. Cartons must be stored horizontally on a sturdy base at all times and protect corners from damage. NewGen does not require acclimation to the job site conditions prior to the installation. NewGen Glue Down utilizes PermaGrip joining mechanism. PermaGrip creates a strong, single-unit construction between planks with a tongue and groove on the long side to prevent buckling. Carefully check flooring material for any defects. Contact your supplier immediately if any defect is found. Remove all existing transitions, quarter round, baseboard molding, or cove base prior to beginning the installation. If installing NewGen Glue Down plank over a wood subfloor, underlayment grade plywood that is a minimum of 1/4 inch in thickness should be installed according to the plywood manufacturer's written recommendations. In this demonstration, we will install NewGen directly over a concrete subfloor. When installing over concrete subfloors, moisture testing should be performed in accordance with ASTM F2170 or ASTM F1869. Room temperature must be maintained between 65 degrees and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, with a relative humidity between 40% and 60% for 48 hours before, during, and after the installation. All substrates must be dry, clean, structurally sound, smooth, and free from all existing adhesive residues. The substrate must be flat within 1/8 inches in 8 feet. An uneven or rough subfloor can contribute to multiple problems, including assembly of planks during installation. Use a latex-fortified cementitious patching compound to fill and level concrete cracks, construction joints, control joints, depressions, grooves, and other irregularities. Follow the manufacturer's recommendation for preparing. Begin by undercutting all door jambs by using the back of the product or a scrap piece of flooring to determine appropriate height, and cut using a power tool or a basic undercut hand tool as shown in this video. Undercutting the doorway moldings, the thickness of the flooring will ease the process of measuring and cutting the material during installation. Sweep and vacuum or damp mop substrate to remove all dust and debris. Measure the room to find the center. Mark substrate with a pencil and chalk a line. It will be necessary to create another line at a right angle using the 3-4-5 layout method described in the written installation instructions. Once these lines are established, measure from the line that is parallel to the longest wall using units of measure equal to full planks to determine the size of the border planks at the wall. Generally, the width of the border plank should be at least 1/2 the size of a full plank. Make sure to snap a new guideline at the first row of full-sized planks near the longest wall. This new guideline will be the line used to install the first row of NewGen plank. Tarket recommends using Tarket Q-Bond 1 adhesive when installing this flooring product. Follow the Q-Bond 1 label instructions provided on the container, using the dry set application when installing NewGen Glue Down. Issues associated with the use of non-recommended adhesives are excluded from Tarket's limited warranty. Apply adhesive with a 1/16 inch deep by 1/16 inch wide by 1/16 inch apart square notch trowel. The drying time will depend upon conditions such as temperature, relative humidity, and porosity of substrate. Allow adhesive to dry to the touch. Protect the adhesive from dirt and debris. Begin installing the planks immediately and cover within 1 hour after the adhesive dries. Only apply an amount of adhesive that can be covered within 1 hour from the time the adhesive dries to the touch. Lay the first row of planks perfectly on the guideline near the longest wall with the groove side along the guideline, as this will affect the squareness of the entire installation. The tongue side of the first row should be facing the remainder of the room, while the groove side will be facing the nearest long wall. After the first row of planks is set into place, use a 2-inch hand seam roller to level the leading edge of the plank to the substrate. Install the second row by slightly lifting the plank and lowering it over the tongue. Sliding the plank to the left while lowering assists the process of connecting the groove to the tongue. Continue this technique for all planks. Make sure each plank is tight and flush to the adjacent plank. Roll each installed section of flooring in both directions with a 75 to 100 pound sectional roller. Use a small hand roller in places that cannot be reached by the 75 to 100 pound sectional roller. Border planks and other cuts may be fit by placing a loose plank over the last full plank in the row. Place another full plank over the loose plank and butt it against the wall or under the door molding. Use this plank as a marking plank and score or mark the bottom plank. Cut along the mark. Place the plank firmly into the adhesive. Use a 2-inch hand seam roller to level the leading edge of the plank to the substrate. Roll the installed flooring again in both directions using a 75 to 100 pound sectional roller. Clean any wet adhesive from the surface of the flooring material with a clean white cloth dampened with water. Dried adhesive will require the use of denatured alcohol and a clean white rag. Follow manufacturer's label precautions when using denatured alcohol. Replace all wood molding or cove base. Do not slide or roll furniture or appliances across the newly installed floor. To prevent damage, these items should be carried or slid across sheets of plywood. By following the printed installation instructions and using the techniques demonstrated in this video, installations can be performed safely, efficiently, and professionally every time. Visit tarketna.com for the most current installation and maintenance instructions.